Hi, in this video we're going to see if we can fix up this Fluke 177 multimeter, and it belongs to someone that I know, but he said it wasn't working right, so let's pop a battery in and see what it's doing. Looks like it's had a bit of a hard life. Right, I'm just going to leave the back cover off for now. Right, well, looks like there's a bit of a problem with the display there, not making proper contact. Doesn't seem to be showing anything at all, not even zeros on voltage. This is a bit odd. And resistance is showing millivolts for some reason. Well, I don't know what's going on with this, but it's definitely not right. So milliamps is off. Right, I think we'll have to take it apart and see what's going on with it. I wonder if the switch is around the wrong way as well, because off, because that's milliamps here, and that's off. Right, let's take it apart and let's have a look, see what's going on. It might just be not assembled correctly or something, I don't know. Right, so if I turn that round to off, let's just see what it does now. Right, I'm just going to grab some test leads. We'll just plug some in and we'll just try checking some voltages and things. So let's just go on to a resistance. That seems to be working. Continuity seems to be working. Let's just try voltage. I'll just hook the bench power supply up. Right, got the bench power supply hooked up to 5 volts. I hooked up and set to 5 volts. Yeah, that seems to be working. Let's just try measuring some resistors just in case. Actually, we'll try diode check. Let's just try on that diode. That seems about right as well. I'll just find a capacitor. What's this one? 47 microfarads. Well, that seems to work fine. Let's just try volts AC. I don't know which. No. Right, let's just try on a mains lead. Well, volts AC doesn't seem to be measuring correctly, because we should have more than 2.3 volts there. Let's just double check with my meter. Just in case this lead's faulty. You never know. Right, so 241. Let's check this one again. Yeah, well, that's definitely not right. So it seems like there's a problem on the volts AC side of things. I was thinking for a moment there wasn't a fault with this, but I guess that there is. Right, let's investigate then. I'll switch it back off for now. I hear something rattling around inside of it. A couple of screws there. I'm just looking at the interesting fuse arrangement there. Which isn't the best. Looks like something's actually broke away here. Looks like part of the front casing. Let's see how this board comes out then. Feels like there's a screw or something somewhere. Haven't missed any screws in the back. I can see a screw underneath that fuse. In fact, that fuse wasn't even tight. I think they've got the wrong fuses in this. I wonder if it was just that fuse. So before I go any further, I'm just going to try, just in case it was that. Right, let's get my meter probes and we'll just check we've got continuity. I'll just zoom back out a moment. Right, so both of the fuses seem intact. Let's just try on volt AC again and see if I can use a screwdriver to turn it. Right, so volts DC, so I just need to just be a little bit before that. Right, let's see if we get anything like 240 volts now. No. Right, so it's not that fuse. Right, that's the board out then. Let's just zoom down a bit and see if we can see anything obvious. Well, I know that's a bit corrosion on that track there. Looks like somebody soldered some of these previously. And I bet that's why the display is not working quite properly, because the plastic is broken here. That side looks alright, but that side's broken as well. It's definitely had a bit of a hard life, this meter. Bit of a shame, really. Right, let's put the display to one side. And let's just zoom down a bit on this. So it definitely looks like we've had a bit of corrosion here. I'm just looking at that component down there. I'm not sure if that resistor there is broken away there. Just looking down here. It's a bit hard to try and get that in focus there. So I'm not sure if that's broken away there. So we've got a bridge rectifier here. So I'm just wondering if that's where the AC, in fact no, that's, what pin's that? That's 400 milliamps, that one. That input, that goes through that fuse. I was just thinking, is it using the bridge rectifier to convert the AC to DC so then I can measure it? I can't see anything really obvious as such, just possibly this resistor here. 103454. I might have a look to see exactly what that is, but it looks like some kind of precision resistor possibly. I wonder if there's any schematics of these online. So I actually haven't had a look yet. That's about all I can see so far, is that track, which we'll check out, and that resistor there doesn't look very good. We might be able to measure that underneath just to see what it actually measures. I think I'll just do that. Let's zoom out a fraction. Let's get my meter in shot. Plug my test leads in. So I'm getting 1 meg there. So that might actually be okay. Let's just have a look at this bridge rectifier. I'm just going to diode check. Ah. There seems to be a short across the input there. Just going to... Yeah, we shouldn't have 1.4 ohms across there. I'm sure that was the input. Let's just zoom down. Yeah, so that's the AC input, but we've only got 1.4 ohms across there. So that doesn't seem right. So where does that come from or go to? Looks like we've got like a multi-layer board here. So I can see it disappear and it goes across here somewhere. You can see it there, but then I don't know where it goes after that. There's a quite similar track. Comes through to here. Well, that definitely doesn't look right. I see we shouldn't have sort of 1 ohm across there. I wouldn't have thought. In fact, does that go anywhere else? Because we haven't got a fuse there, and I can't see that track going anywhere else. So I wonder if that bridge rectifier's gone. Right, I'll get the soldering iron out and we'll try taking that off. I'm trying to put it on a bit of metal just to stop burning my mat. Let's just add some fresh solder to this. It'll just be easier to get off with the leaded solder. I mean, I could have used low melt solder, which would make it even easier. Anyway, I'll try that because I haven't used low melt solder for a while. I'll just grab some low melt solder and we'll just wick some of this back off. So if you haven't used low melt solder before, it's good stuff. It's great for things like HDMI sockets or USB ports and things. Right, let's add a bit low melt. Oh, I should just be able to keep these legs up now. I think it'll just come off like that. Let's see if I can get the test meter in shot as well. And let's just try on those 2 pins. And no, it actually seems right. Let's go to diode check then. Right, that's okay. Let's try this way. Yeah, so the bridge rectifier is actually alright. Right, let's pop this bridge rectifier back on. Let's clean those pads back off. Let's use a bit solder wick. Just add a little bit of flux to that. just to make it a bit easier. Right, let's get this back on. I'll just solder one leg up first. That'll do. So I don't know why we've got a short across the input of this thing, of this bridge rectifier. Now what I've just noticed, I'll just zoom down a bit, is that leg, let's find something to point with there, this leg here, it actually looks like it's connected to this track here, so I wonder if we're measuring that inductor. And that might make sense why we've got a low reading. Just going to try that diode down there. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just going to have a look online just to see if I can find a circuit diagram. I doubt there is one, but you never know. Right, one moment please. Well, I've had a look online and I can't see any circuit diagrams. I don't think they exist, which is what I kind of suspected. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the microscope set up. We'll get this under the microscope and we'll see if we can see anything under the microscope, I think. Right, I've got the microscope set up and this is the TOMLOV 4K autofocus Max, or AF Max. There's a little autofocus button on, you just hit it and you've got a perfectly focused image. So I'll just set this recording and let's have a look over this board. Let's see if I can see anything. I've got a couple of ICs there. I'm not sure what those are, but if I find out, I'll bring it up on the screen. That's the main processor, I think, or the display driver. Not sure what that IC is, unless that one does the measurements and the other one does the display, possibly. Yeah, that's probably the display one. I think this is where we start getting into the corrosion down here. I just wondered if there's any dry joints in any of these chip legs here. That resistor looks a little bit discoloured on the sides there. And so does that one. Let's just zoom down a bit more. Because I've just noticed there, I don't know if that's a brake. I think that might be broke there. So that goes from that resistor to here. So I'm just going to get the test meter. I'll just go into continuity. And let's see if I get continuity from here. I'll try and get me probe in. And we do. Definitely looked like that was gone there, but I guess not. I mean, some of these do look a bit poor. And I've checked that resistor there, so I think that's alright. I'm just going to angle this and just focus it in again. I think I might put some IPA on this and we'll just try and clean it all up. Still don't like the look of that one. I definitely think it's corrosion that's causing the problem. Right, I'm going to get some IPA. I'm just going to try cleaning up some parts on this board just to see if we can see anything obvious. I mean, even the battery terminals under the microscope, they don't look the best. So where does that go? Is that a trace? It's a bit odd. Doesn't seem to really go anywhere, that, unless it goes through the other side of the board. Well, there's nothing really standing out, just bits of corrosion here and there. I don't even know if it's worth taking some of these components out to have a look underneath them. I think I might take that out just to have a look underneath, because you never know, it could be corroded underneath this capacitor. I think I'll do that. Right, so let's zoom back out a bit. And that capacitor is just here. So I'm just going to take that out. I'm just curious about things like this wire here, which we can't see because it's underneath the capacitor. Let's put my iron on. I'll just add some fresh leaded solder. Let's see if we can get this capacitor off. And I haven't actually got this in autofocus mode at the moment, I've got it in manual, so right, that's the capacitor removed. I mean, those legs still look okay. All those wires, I wonder if it could be that one, if one of the wires is gone. Right, I'm just going to raise this microscope up a bit more so I can get a bit more in shot. I'm just going to focus down on the bottom layer. Like I say, it would be a lot easier if I had a circuit diagram for it. Let's see what that is. We'll see if we can figure out where that goes. It goes to that wire there. That goes to here. Which then goes through to there. So we should have continuity from here to that point there. So let's see if we have. Yep, we do. So that wire's okay. Now they're for the piezo buzzer. I was wondering what those these little pads were for. That's for the buzzer on the other side of the case here. We must make contact with those pads there. Yeah, I was almost certain it was that one. Let's just double check that resistor again. Actually, if we go on those pads, well, that's interesting. I'll just get the meter in shot there. So I've just got the meter there. If I touch the probes together, and if I go from here to here, I'm not getting any reading. So that resistor, is it? I wonder if it's that resistor. So that should be 1K, and we're not getting anything on there. So I think we might have found it. I'll just check that we're getting continuity from here to here, and we are. Let's try from here to here. Yeah. But we're not getting anything on that resistor. Right, I don't know if I've got one of those. I shall go and have a look. So I've had a look around on my old boards, and as luck would have it, this one's got a couple on, just here. Right, so I shall remove this one and then we'll replace it. I'm just going to spin this round just a little bit so I can probably get in a bit of a better angle here. And we're just going to put some flux on first. And I'm going to put some fresh solder on as well. Right, that's that one removed. I just noticed the microscope wasn't recording. Right, let's get one of these ones off. Right, let's put that roughly in place. I don't know how many tweezers I've got. Right, let's put a fresh solder on here. Right, let's see if we get resistance now between those 2 points. Yes, 1K. So let's get that other resistor. I'm just curious whether the resistor's gone or there was something like corrosion or something on it. Well, I'm on the contacts here and I'm not getting any reading, so I would say that resistor's gone. Yeah, no reading. Right, I'll pop this capacitor back in and then we shall give it a test. I'm just going to check the resistance on that one. I don't like the look of that one either. This one just here. Yeah, that one's measuring okay. 432 ohms. So I've just used my little fiberglass pencil here and I've cleaned up those couple of wires there, so they're a lot cleaner there now. So I'm just going to pop this capacitor back in. Let's put a bit of solder on here first. Just going to add a bit more solder to that one. Right, I think that should do for us. So this is the following day and I thought I'd try and build up the corners of this liquid crystal display just so we'll be able to screw in a bit better. And also I ordered a couple of fuses which have just arrived to replace whatever that was supposed to be. I think even the fuse here, which is supposed to be 440 milliamp, is a 10 amp, if I remember right. But those fuses are actually intact. I'll just double check there. And so they're actually intact, but it's just not right. And that thing there is just, yeah, whatever. So let's get those out, and we'll put the some original fuses back in. So this is the 11 amp one, which goes here. Like that. And we've got the 440 milliamp one, which goes here. Right, let's see if we can get this back on there now then. I've pre-drilled the holes as well, so hopefully it should go together easier. I'll try these ones first. It's had a bit of abuse this, hasn't it? Let's try and get that one in. I'll put that one in there first. I don't even know if these are the right screws, which is why they might have been damaged, I don't know. And there was another screw to go in. Oh yeah, it goes under the case. Right, let's pop this back in its case. I have to take that fuse back out, don't I? Right, and I gave the top of the case a little bit of a clean just while I was on. I'll put the battery in from the back, so I'll just put this case back on there like that. Right, so hopefully that should be it. Now, yeah, that display still isn't making proper contact with the things below it. So I'm going to have a look at that. Right, I'll see if I can sort that out first. Right, let's see if that's done it then. That looks a bit better. I don't know why it's doing that. What? That looks like some kind of bad connection there. I think it's on the selector. Yeah, it looks like it's on the actual selector here. Not more problems. So when you press the selector there, that seems to cure it. Oh, not again. Well, I think I found another problem. This big resistor here, I'm sure it measured 1 meg. Now when I measure it, open circuit. So I'm just wondering whether I did resolder it, but I don't know whether that's, I don't know, I think it might have corrosion on it as well. I think I'm going to have to take that out and get it under the microscope and have a look. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? Right, I'll get the microscope out again. Right, let's try measuring it out of circuit. And nothing. Let's try from here to here. We are getting a reading to there. I'm just wondering whether it's here. Yeah, I'm not getting a reading there. I just wonder if I can get away with resoldering this. I'll just try and zoom in a bit. I'm just going to get my little fiberglass pen, we'll just try cleaning that up. Now I wonder if I can put some flux on it. Get rid of some of this fiberglass pen that's left. It's all over my mat now. So try and put some flux on, we'll put some solder on and see what happens. So I don't know if you can buy these. Right, I'll do the same on the other side. Just going to spin that around a little bit. I think it could be this side. This side definitely isn't taking Very good. Let's just see what it measures now. I'm just going to zoom back out a bit. And we'll see if that's made any difference. Nope. Right, let's see. Yeah, there we go, 1 meg. So it definitely seems to be this end. Try some IPA and the toothbrush on it, I think. I don't know what we're going to do here then. I don't know whether we'll be able to fix this or not. Let's just flip it over, have a look at the other side, just to see. Ew, doesn't look very good as well, does it? I don't know if there's anything on this side, whether this is any of the contacts or not, but it's definitely not great, is it? Let's see what happens with the sole of this side. Just going to take this leg off completely. Let's just see if we get any continuity from that point to here. And that will be a no. So I think it's gone somewhere around about here. See if I can solder wick that off, I think. Yeah, there we go. You can see the problem now. It's broke just there. I think anyway. It's hard to tell whether that is the actual, it could just be this stuff here that I'm cleaning. Yeah, because there's copper or something there, but not here. What I'm going to do here then, I wonder if I can use a little grinding pen and maybe just grind a little bit of that away. I'm just going to clean that up with a bit of IPA just so we can have a look, just to see what we're doing. I might be able to get that, you know. We might be able to get that. We'll try and get this leg back on now. Which is a bit crusty. Don't think if I can clean that up with anything. I'm just going to zoom out a fraction and try the grinding pen on this leg as well. And if you want one of these little grinding pens, I'll leave some links in the video description. They come in quite handy for stuff like this. I think they're only about 15 or 20 quid, I think. Right, let's see if we can get this back on then. I'll put some flux on there now and then see if we can bridge from there to there. like that. Right, let's see if we get any reading on it now. That looks better. I'll just zoom out a bit so I can get both legs in. Yeah, that's better. Oh, that took a bit doing. Right, I'll get the microscope out of the way, then we'll pop that back in. Right, I've just finished soldering it back in there. And 1 meg. Right, let's get this thing back together again then. Right, let's give it a test then. Let's get the leads off my meter, I'll plug it into here. And let's try volt AC first then, let's see if that works now. So, just got a mains lead here. There we go. So, 242 volts. Right, let's try volts DC. So I'll hook the bench power supply up. I've just got it set to 5 volts at the minute. I'll switch it on. 5 volts, excellent. Millivolts, I don't think I've got anything that we can test millivolts with. Just picking up something when I press the lead, so I'm assuming that's working. Let's try resistance. I'll just go and grab a resistor. Well, actually we've got that one there, which is the dead one. So we could try that. And we don't get anything. So let's try one of them on this board here. That should be 1K. There could be something else wired in series with that. Let's try that one. 470. Yeah. Right, so resistance is working. Let's try capacitance. I've got a 47 microfarad capacitor here. It's measuring 44. Let's try continuity. That's better. And we'll just try diode test now. Once I find a diode, I do have one knocking about here somewhere. How's the one on this board? Let's just try one on this board here. There's a one. Yeah. So diode check's working. Let's try milliamps on DC because I haven't got anything AC here. So I've got the power supply set to 5 volts at 100 milliamps. So we'll just try that. That one AC. There we go, 100 milliamps, excellent. And let's just try it on the 10 amp setting. Point 1, excellent. So I think that's it. Well, it took a bit of doing and a bit of tracking down, but another successful repair on this one. Right then, if you enjoyed this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section below. And as always, have a great day. Thanks for watching.